Havana is a beautiful city. It's a city of dichotomies. You have gorgeous buildings and you have dilapidated ruins.
Hearing the other side of how the embargo has been impacting the people and kind of seeing the consequences of that is something that I could only really get in Havana.
All the things, all the problems that we have, all the many things that we should do has to do with the embargo. The embargo is a very important obstacle, but we know that we should do a lot of work here to improve some things in our model, in our society as well, but it doesn't mean that the embargo is not relevant for our purpose.
I think in school you're taught to question different systems of government and different economic systems, but you're not really given answers to what other systems might look like. And walking around and talking to people is kind of the only way to get the perspective of what living in a place like Cuba or a place other than America could be like.
You also get a sense of hope from a few of the more optimistic, and while I will say I wasn't always blown away by the party line, the small bits where there was acknowledgments of either the country's problems or the mistakes made by the government gave me a lot of hope for the future.
The state of the press in Cuba is kind of complicated. First, the Constitution doesn't allow any sort of independent media, but on the other hand, we are way better than 2008 or even in the 90s or the 60s, the 70s, because some people are launching independent news media outlet on the internet, and the government is kind of tolerating these practices.
Yo creo que el pueblo cubano desconoce muchas cosas, pero es libre también de decir muchas cosas y por esa parte no creo que haya mecanismos represivos para los artistas, para decir cosas, no creo que. Nosotros somos libres de decir lo que nosotros queramos y lo decimos.
From what I heard, there's like broad-based support for some of the social goals of the revolution, particularly free education and universal health care. But I think there were serious questions that the Cuban people had as to what's the best way to go about making sure you have an economy that can fulfill those types of social goals.
My biggest takeaway, I think, is not judging a particular political system before really going into the communities and the country and really learning how it impacts their people.
I grew up thinking that, we didn't go to Cuba because the Cubans don't allow us there and it's unsafe and that you're not protected. There's a lot more to it than the narrative that we've constructed around it.
Talking to all the different guests and just getting the complete huge array of different opinions on rather controversial political issues, and just hearing what the different types of people have to say, what the journalists have to say, what the artists have to say, what just the normal people have to say. And I think it was great because we were able to get such a nuanced opinion of where Cuba is going, where it's at today, and just the history of Cuba.